I think we've set a great foundation for a sponsorship industry event, which has been really required. I think it reflects the state of the sponsorship market and where it's got to in Ireland, and the levels of investment that are going into it, and ultimately then the level of intelligence and networking opportunities that are behind that. I suppose our view would be that it's probably seen the worst in terms of the decline in the market. So it's been seen double-digit growth for the past 10 years. 2009 saw its first major decline, and it's looking like 2011 is the point where brands have done the exercise where they've said, we believe in sponsorship, we're ready to do more with it, and as a result of that the spends are likely to level off, and that's reflected, I suppose, in the summit today in terms of the amount of brands who've been here and who've wanted to be involved and learn more about it as they prepare for a new era of sponsorship. Yeah, I mean, I think the key message coming through today from all speakers was that the consumer really needs to be understood better and needs to be communicated with through tools, marketing communications tools that are really relevant and that consumers want to hear from them. So each of these speakers understand that. Each of the people who are there today were ultimately helping to show that they understand the consumer. The Irish consumer does love sponsorship, and they've proven through consumer metrics that, you know, if you want to talk to a consumer, sponsorship is the platform to talk to them through. I suppose it's been a build process, and I think it's been a situation where the Irish consumer has had activity like the Guinness Hurling Championship, which has really genuinely helped. The Guinness All-Ireland Hurling Championship sponsorship has really helped a sport that really matters to consumers. So the way brands are doing sponsorship, they're doing it in a way that they show that they understand what really matters to people. So I think Irish sponsors are pretty intelligent in understanding what's the right way to use sponsorship to talk to consumers in the right language. Our sense, we'll probably see a slight decline again this year, so we're forecasting 2% decline in 2011, and that's ultimately on the basis of a continued reduction in the levels of rights fees that are being commanded. But in the same vein, we're aware of a number of big deals that are still due to come to the market in 2011 that will help to correct any major decline that's happening in rights fees being commanded. So 2% decline this year, total market of 123 million. I think for sponsors, I mean, it's a good time because it's a good opportunity to do good deals. I think it's really about challenging rights holders who are coming to sell to them, and challenging them not just in terms of the numbers of tickets and numbers of boards that they're going to get at a game, but equally about the commercial opportunities that can be achieved, because it's the story when the sponsor goes back into the boardroom and tells the story about the commercial returns that they're achieving and the types of revenues that they can demonstrate they're proving that they're getting, that's what's winning the watch in the boardroom. I think it was good success. I think as an element of the event, I think it definitely helped to engage the audience. I think it brought a lighter side to the experience, but in the same vein, it got some practical realities across around where sponsorship was at. Delighted for the triathlon guys. I think they have a super opportunity with London 2012 Olympics coming up to really position the property in the right space. So I think it was a good result. The two offers were quite different, and I think it provided a good complement to understand the opportunities and differences between sport and not sport. And I think that in its own right was a useful prompt, I suppose, to people in the audience to say, absolutely, sport is the natural place to be. 75% of the best sponsorships last year were sport, but there is another place for you to consider as well. So I think that helped to get the audience thinking laterally as well as just focusing purely on sport. So it was a good mix. I mean, I've obviously been in the industry. We've kind of toured the world to see some events that are run as sponsorship events, and you know, I think we could be pretty proud of what happened here today relative to sponsorship events on the European stage. It's right up there with the best in its first year, so I think that's a pretty exciting position. And I think even globally, you know, one of the biggest sponsorship conferences in the world is on this week as well in North America, and there'll probably be 1,000 attendees in North America. We managed to secure 250 attendees to the event in Ireland. And I think there was a queue outside the door for more to come as well. So I think it was good reflection of where the market's at and a good sign for 2012.